Hello, I am recording this on December 23rd, and that means two things. I hope you are all enjoying your time away from work, away from your responsibilities, but it is also time for the Darkness News Update brought to you by Evluma and the OmniMax lamp, which I believe is a really great example of what we need for this. Going forward, it is a lamp with a screw socket that fits completely normal screw types. It's already diffused. It already comes ready and able to support dimming and timing. You can buy it with optional shields so that no matter what fixture it's in, you can sort it out in terms of where the up light goes, where the backlight goes or doesn't. And you can visit evluma.com/darksky-friendly lighting or the link in the description, and you can get something really great and really useful. But let's get into the news. Yana Yakushina has published the light pollution regulations and where to find them. This is a new article charting what kinds of rules are where and what we can do about it, and that's great. Aquaplan has published a map of EU aquatic habitats threatened by light pollution. This is put together by the Plymouth Marine Lab. It is a fully functional visualization portal that goes into detail about what is where, and it really does show what light and noise are doing to waterfronts and what that means for the animals that live in the water nearby. Circadian disruption does affect the fetal development of mice. This is a new study showing that placental length and thickness do drop when subject to circadian disruption. This probably does carry up into larger mammals. Dark Sky International has recognized Browns Canyon Monument in Colorado. This is a national park covering 22,000 acres, and it had minimal exterior lighting to begin with, but they're very glad to be recognized for their work. Dark Sky International has also recognized Cottonwood Canyon State Park in Oregon. This covers 16,000 acres in the northern part of the state. A volunteer group partnered up with a series of parks managers to audit lighting on 36 different campgrounds to make sure that all lighting was replaced with the appropriate fixtures. Booking.com is spotting a trend in astrotourism with a survey of U.S. customers showing that 59% did express uninterest in quieter nights and access to starlight. Advocates for Petrels on New Caledonia are pointing out that the island in the South Pacific isn't doing a great job, and that the lighting on that island is leading to groundings and other fatal incidents for fledgling seabirds. The ongoing social contagion related to alleged drones has reached former governor of Maryland, Larry Hogan's house, where he insisted that the constellation Orion was surveilling him. We actually do need to do something about sky glow. If someone is not familiar enough with Betelgeuse and Bellatrix, some of the brightest things in the northern hemisphere, the shoulders of Orion, if you can't recognize those in a moment of anxiety, if you can't recognize those and jog you out of a media contagion event, then we really do need to work harder to make sky glow less of a problem so that we're all familiar with this. Because we might just be lost. We might lose a lot more in that way. Mark Baker, resident of Sacramento, is ready to sue the city of San Francisco over adding LEDs to the Bay Bridge. He is once again representing himself in court, and he will be contesting the possibility of adding LED lighting to the San Francisco Bay Bridge, and we'll see how that develops. In Charlotte, North Carolina, police are planning on keeping their Brew blue. They are planning on keeping their blue cruiser lights on at all times while they are on patrol. They won't strobe, but they will be on constantly. This is in an attempt to reduce crime in the city. There's a similar case where the campus police at University of Texas, Austin, did try to do this. They were trying to reduce nuisance crime on campus by leaving the strobing lights on all night. They tried this 4 years ago. I asked them if that worked, and they haven't answered me yet. Okanogan County, Washington, has implemented dark sky regulations with new zoning rules to cut trespass in certain areas of the region. In Pitkin County, Colorado, they are pondering lighting code changes. Specifically, they are planning on adding timed dimming at the county level to match Aspen and a few other regions in the area, because that's how these move. Holmdel, New Jersey is home to a brand new synagogue, or will be home to a brand new synagogue, as long as this synagogue obeys lighting regulations. This is the first Jewish temple in town, and it is assured their future neighbors that all the lighting in the area and on their buildings will be shielded. The Wintenther Trade Museum is hosting the Lighten Up Rhythm of the Day and Night exhibit. This is a bunch of new installations highlighting the balance of light and darkness through art. This is, of course, in Winther, Switzerland, but you can check it out if you're going along there. In the UK, Devon will be dimming street lighting by 40% over the winter. This isn't out of any concern for light pollution per se, but it is based on the cost of electricity in the UK, especially going into winter. I just like to track how these go and how people react to them, because that's interesting. Similarly, Lambeth in the UK will be doing the same thing. Lastly, in the UK, a Staffordshire family has been ordered to take down their holiday lighting by their landlord over light pollution issues. And I gotta say, it's not a lot. Maybe it's just because it's a small property. Maybe it's just because I'm from North America and lighting displays are much bigger. But it doesn't seem like a lot. It seems kind of petty to shut this down, even if it's bothering the neighbors, because it's only going to be for a few weeks. I do have to compare it to Kingsville, Ontario, where lighting regulations are actually forcing a family to move. They run a full theatrical event, a 20-minute long show of lighting, turning off and on, and dimming and brightening and changing colors to music, and they raise money for cancer charities doing this, and they're going to move because of lighting regulations in their town so that they can keep doing it, because it's December. December is the month of light pollution, not just because the nights are longer, but because we try to bring a certain amount of brightness to the night to reassure ourselves. And it can be hard. This is the hardest month for what we do here. But you know what? It's the 26th when this comes out. Night is a minute shorter every day now. We can get better if we focus on what it really means to concentrate on light trespass and sky glow and all the issues we have. We can move forward and get better every time, and we can have time for fancy displays and bright lights and weird glowy Santa Clauses. We can all do this if we need to. But again, I've been Scott Wachter. I want to thank you for your time. I want to thank Evluma for the last time. They will not be sponsoring this series in the new year, but I want to say I appreciate them for your support. I want to say that I do respect their products. I really hope they continue on in dark sky mitigation and other great responsible uses of outdoor light at night. I really hope they come up with a wall-mounted fixture at some point that really matches what the OmniMax does. But otherwise, see you in the new year.